Okay, so good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for participating in our Unmanned Aircraft System UAS Summit today. Hopefully you made it yesterday and enjoyed the impressive and full program. Today we have another full program. And again, as yesterday, we have the ability to ask questions. Okay, so before we start, who enjoyed our Q&A test yesterday? 1 o'clock.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it, Waseem. You better have a good one today.
There you go. In the spirit of that test, get ready on your Q and answers, right? So open your chat window and get ready to answer the following question, okay? And in fact, I'll make it easier. I'll see if I can type it in this time. Okay, so what happens to a really bad unmanned aircraft systems joke?
You're tough, Waseem. I'm telling you, you're tough. What's the punchline?
I'm just seeing if anybody has some.
Let's see if anybody can come up with it.
I did say it's bad. Did I not say it's bad? Okay. Oh, I got it. I think Matt's close. Matt's close. Matt is close. It never lands. Ta-da.
Oh boy.
Nice job.
There you go. Okay, let's get back to business.
I feel like Ed McMahon over here, Waseem,
Yeah.
with Johnny Carson. Okay, for those of us who know who those people are.
Okay, let's get going. Okay, so my name is Waseem Naqvi. I currently serve as the chair for the New England chapter of the AUVSI and director of technology for Raytheon's unmanned systems business. Now, yesterday it was nice and sunny for us here in Massachusetts. Today we have snow where I am. But thank you all for making it and participating in this virtual forum. As it's virtual, you have access to the program, the biographies, and the other information by accessing the website. And I don't know if I'll do it, but I'll do it. I'll just put that in the chat window so everybody can access the material. Again, we all know where it is. Okay, so you can access it. So this year's theme, the summit, is innovative partnerships to advance operations. We discussed this yesterday. But bottom line, what we're really saying is we realize that in order to make this industry happen and make it a reality, we have to collaborate. So we've organized this summit around that notion of collaboration. And we've moved from thinking about the industry to working on how to make it right. So we have for the summit, we feature a number of panel sessions, and they all are organized under this collaborative pairing. So yesterday we had 2 panel sessions that addressed how we move towards operationalization. Panel 1 was focused on federal-state collaboration, and it was pretty interesting, and it drilled down to how to enable UAS, advanced air mobility operations, and also into the threats of threats through counter UAS and air domain awareness. And that was chaired by Rudy Cuevas, and it was a fantastic event. Panel session 2 discussed the investment landscape, the enablers to achieve this integrated airspace, and then entrepreneurs. And that was actually very interesting. The entrepreneurs who've said, okay, this is really good. We've identified certain capabilities in this airspace, but have looked at other places that are slightly less regulated to try and achieve those gains in the nearer term. So that was pretty interesting. Today we have the remaining 2 panels. So panel session 3 is going to investigate next generation technologies and solutions. So for this session, we've paired academia with industry and government to collaborate on these technologies, and then generating real solutions and products for the field. I'm looking forward to that. Finally, panel session 4 will look at how to drive investment and build an innovation economy at the state level. And as I said yesterday, since we're in Massachusetts, we look at Massachusetts and see how Massachusetts is poised to drive the industry. And from an industry perspective, what do we need to see to achieve that, to justify that investment? and that'll be followed by how to add agility to realize these dreams. We had two keynote remarks yesterday from Colonel Nathan Diller, Director of U.S. Air Force AFWorks, and from Steve Bradford, Chief Scientist of the FAA. That was fantastic. Colonel Diller went into how to engage, how to get over the valley of death, and how to take advantage of AFWorks to try and realize your current aircraft. But also he looked at it from an infrastructure perspective also. Steve talked about the ConOps for UTM and UAM and how they're working at version 3 right now, which are coming out. And I think the key message from Steve was last year they released the ConOps. This year they work with NASA NARI to have an exchange with the industry to for alignment. So today we have 2 more keynotes. We have in a few minutes we've got Davis Hackenberg from NASA, who's the Advanced Air Mobility Mission Integration Manager. And he'll update us on NASA's AAM program and how it can stimulate the industry. And then later on today, we'll have Scott Newburn from the Chief Technology Officer at AeroVironment, who will give us an update on how autonomy is changing the game from an industry perspective. And it'll be fascinating. Yesterday, we heard 8 fantastic networking pitches as part of the Pitch Fest. I think you'll agree that if you heard them, they were all varied, but pretty fantastic. There were some good things that were taking place. Today, you'll hear from the remaining 8 organizations that'll overview their capabilities. And again, it'll be another set of rapid fire, unmissable remarks. The key message about the Pitch Fest is it's really a good networking opportunity, and we'll make sure that all the contact information is available for everybody to connect to, so they can connect. So I'd like to thank our summit sponsors and co-hosts. Yesterday, we had commercial breaks from Raytheon Technologies and Boston Engineering. Today, we'll have them from Northeastern University's Costas Research Institute, Real-Time Innovations, Autonodyne, AeroVironment, ARE, and Mass Autonomy. Fantastic, and I think they were pretty good. Again, I'd like to thank our UAS Summit Planning Committee. Without them, we couldn't put on this event. It's a lot of work. And by the way, if you would like to help in future events, please reach out on the AUVSI New England website. There's a Stay Informed button. You can send us an email, info@auvsinewengland.org. I'll put it in the chat below. And if you want to volunteer, step up. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce my good friend and colleague, Dr. Jeffrey DeCarlo, Administrator for Massachusetts Department of Transport Aeronautics, to say a few words. Jeff?
Fantastic, Waseem. No, it's great to be here again with you. And again, to actually be able to visit with some folks that actually we miss very much, including, I know, Waseem, I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I met Davis for the first time last year at the in-person TRB conference. And, you know, there's a lot of folks that are on this right now that we have not seen eyeball to eyeball in quite some time. Although, again, in Davis's case, we've worked, you know, and heard him speak to this, some of the subjects here throughout the year with the NASA effort. So it's great. But, you know, just from the standpoint of looking through our attendees from industry, academia, government, we got funders, we got development organizations, and probably half of the folks, you know, we actually know each other. And in a lot of cases, we've worked together. So it's fantastic. So just to review, we went through government and industry yesterday. We're looking more for some future developmental capabilities through the academic piece. I think it's going to be extremely interesting. And then really bringing all those 3 things together to do something very real and really focused is what we're going to do in the final panel. So we're really super excited about that. Pay particular attention to some of the folks that are participating. They truly are positive energy forces in unmanned and autonomous air systems, and they're going to help us move into the next generation of aviation. And it's really been a true pleasure getting to know a lot of the folks here in this ecosystem. And I'm talking about the broad national and international ecosystem, because on our call today, we do have some international folks. So without further ado, I want to give it back to you, Waseem, so you can introduce our keynote for today, first keynote.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jeff. And those were really important words. I mean, this is a regional event. This is Massachusetts. So I echo Jeff's comments. We really have to say thank you to everybody outside who's helping us out, like Davis, who's coming up, and Colonel Diller and Steve Bradford, et cetera, and all the other speakers, and Scott. So that's important. So